CEO Ronald Ecklin creating the difference at the Military Bowling Championships. And what I wanted to talk to you about is, if you were coming to this event, or any event for that matter, what should you look for? What should you think about? What should you do when you have an opportunity to see somebody else bowl in front of you to get prepared for when you're going to take the lanes? So we're going to go out here, we're going to take a look and see kind of some of the things that are going on. And we'll start, you know what, we'll start with just random people. So we're going to take a look at this gentleman right here. We're going to kind of see what kind of score he's got. Kind of look to see where he's laying the ball at. Look to see if he's hitting the pocket. And then we use that information to help us determine, maybe give us a little bit of insight on what we're going to do. So we're going to pretend that we're a right-handed bowler and we throw it fairly similar. So I'm going to look to see if he's throwing a dull ball or a shiny ball. So the ball he's got there, I'm just taking a peek at it. It appears to be, it's a Hypercell Fuse. So it's a shiny ball, it's an asymmetric ball. That means it's a strong, bigger hooking ball. So that's a good sign. That means that you kind of want to have more of an angular type ball motion. He's bowling fairly decent. He's playing inside, getting the ball at around 10, and it comes back. It's a little bit light there, but that would tell me that the pattern probably is more of a medium oiled pattern. And you can watch multiple people from multiple angles to be able to give you a rough idea. And we don't even know who, we're taking this as a random, as a random person that we think is going to give us just a decent idea of what there is on the lanes. But we'll look at some more too. So that was a little further right, and it came back. So yeah, so that would be an indication to me that this shot's more of a medium oil pattern. You can use stronger bowling balls. Now, he obviously wasn't a high rev player, so if you're a high rev player, you probably want to go find somebody that's a high rev player. If you're lefty, you want to find somebody that's lefty. Let's look at somebody else. It doesn't really matter who. It's more important that we kind of get an overall general average, right? So, once again, he was playing kind of inside there. That was an IQ Emerald he was using. A little more revs than the last gentleman, and he did strike. So we'll keep looking. We'll just keep looking. Because this is something that you should do before, if you have an opportunity. Not every event do you have an opportunity to see somebody else bowl, but in certain cases you do. And if you do, you probably should. So we have a lefty on 45, so we'll take a look and see where he's playing. Right, kind of down 10 with a strong ball. That's a Crux Prime, so strong asymmetric ball. He's kind of a lower rev rate player, so same indication is kind of that medium shot. We have a female here on 44, so we'll watch her throw a shot too. Looks right. Yeah, that was right. So the ball didn't come back, so that definitely was right. So even the shots that are bad, you can still learn from. So let's take a look right here. The gentleman in the pink shirt. So we'll see. So that's a pretty good shot. And, oh, he almost got it. So he was a little inside. So everybody who we've seen so far that's striking a lot tends to be inside at that third arrow, getting the ball to 10. 12, right around there. We're seeing some balls with some shine on them. We're seeing stronger asymmetric pieces being used. So that would just give me some insight, right? So for me, I'd say, okay, cool. Let me make sure I brought some of my stronger pieces. I'll make sure that they're higher grits, because the higher the number, the longer the ball will go, the more shiny the ball is, the less dull the ball is. It appears you don't necessarily have to have a dull ball. But a dull ball will work. We'll watch somebody else here. We'll look at this gentleman right here. We'll see what he's doing. So he's deep inside. And that ball is a Pink Widow. And so it actually came back and struck. That ball is a Pink Widow, but he had it sanded. So still an asymmetric piece, drilled, or an asymmetric piece had some surface on it, and he was definitely inside. Definitely inside. So it's just giving you more and more insight, right? You see a lot of people playing inside. You don't see a whole lot of people playing outside. Even lower rev, higher rev, doesn't seem to matter. We'll see what's going on right here. So lower rev, that's actually outside, but that's too far out. Won't come back. So that's another indication that you probably want to be more toward the inside part of the lane. At third arrow to second to 10 board, somewhere right around there. Seems to be fairly close. Seems to be fairly consistent across what we're seeing. Now, It also kind of depends on if you know specifically where you're going to bowl at, right? What you may want to do is come to the area and then just camp out and watch people bowl on that pair, because that'll give you a little bit of idea about how the transition works too, if you have the opportunity. So at the end of the day, it's really, really important and really, really critical that you take a look and see what's going on. You can even learn from spare. So watch this. We're going to watch the guy on 17 shoot this 10 pin. And I'm going to tell you why that matters. It kind of depends on, they give you a rough idea, so that's not going to get it. So he threw it across at it. The ball picked up a little bit, and it missed. So that tells you that, once again, it's a more of a medium pattern. It's giving you ideas of what kind of patterns you're bowling on. That would indicate it's a medium. If it was a long pattern and you went like that, it should go across and not move at all. But that ball actually did pick up a little bit, which is a good indication that you're bowling on a medium pattern. Let's see. So you can learn a lot. I mean, people don't think about this a lot of times, coming out to the bowling center and watching people bowl, because it'll give you some insight. Like I said, especially same kind of area and a strike. Especially if you're new to the environment, or if you want to make sure that your bowling balls that you brought, you say you're limited on bowling balls, and you want to make sure the ones you brought are the right ones. Well, what you would do is you'd be able to use this information to help get your surfaces right. So just based on what I've seen here, what I would tell you is this. One, I'd have a couple of asymmetric balls. Two, I'd have them at 3,000, 5,000 polished, 3,000 grit, P5000D pad, or polished. And I probably would have one ball with a little bit of surface on it, but that would be it. Most of my balls would be definitely toward that higher ranking or higher grit numbers, the 3,000s, the 5,000s, and the polishes, because based on the pattern and based on what I've seen, those balls are going to give you the best overall look to be able to play this pattern well. Which is good, because what it tells you is even if you showed up with the wrong layouts, with the wrong surfaces, you can use the TrueCut sanding pads, you can use the polish, the TrueCut hand applied polish powered by Turtle Wax, to be able to get you the right kind of ball motion. That's just a little bit of insight, something to think about next time you're going to bowl a tournament, especially if you want to be able to play the brackets. You got to make sure you have all of your equipment in the right condition and in the right state so you can bowl your best. As always, if you have more questions or need more information, make sure you check us out at ctdbowling.com. Ronald Hicklin, CEO from Creating a Difference. Have a great day.